It's the second day after the off-cycle governorship elections, and winners have now emerged in Kogi, Imo, and Bayelsa states. Both incumbent governors in these elections have been returned, and the ruling party APC won in Kogi State. You're watching Beyond 100 Days with Nifemi Oguntoye. We're back reviewing political developments across the country after the just concluded off-cycle elections. You can join the conversation right now on X, formerly Twitter, using hashtag Beyond 100 Days. Remember to tag at TVC News On. Our camera lens are still up and bright in Bayelsa State, where INEC moments ago announced the candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Governor Douye Diri, winner of the off-cycle governorship election in the state. Results from 7 local governments were earlier announced, while that of Southern Niger took some time before it was declared by the returning officer. The event, however, witnessed a mild drama earlier when aggrieved party supporters engaged in a free-for-all following disagreements over what actually happened in Brass local government area. But unlike what we witnessed in Owerri, security agents intervened to keep the situation under control. TVC News' Joseph Kunde is live in Yenagua, where he's been monitoring the collation and announcement of the results. Joseph, some of the party agents refused to sign the result sheet earlier at the Collation Center. What exactly are their grievances?
Well, some of it is born to the fact that the way the results were being announced from the polling units down to the local government collation center and of course to the state collation center that happens to be the INEC headquarters here in Yenagua. They felt that the processes that was being followed was not the right one that was supposed to be followed. And some others also felt like INEC at some point was taking sides, in the sense that some people will lay complaints about certain things that they observed that happened based on their agents that was on the polling units, and the way INEC was responding to those grievances. They felt that INEC shouldn't be a judge over those matters. For some persons, INEC would tell them, okay, just write, go ahead and write, put it into writing. For others, INEC will actually go ahead to say, okay, this is how we want these things to be done. So they felt, no, that is not what should be done. That was why they felt like if we accept this result coming through from INEC, it means that we're accepting everything the way it is. But the bottom line is, yes, some did not accept some did not sign the result, but others actually went ahead in doing that today. And talking about doing that, I have someone here with me, 2 of them actually, but I'll take them side by side. They have been around, and of course they are from the People's Democratic Party. And one thing that he said is that we saw the governor of Delta State here today. We saw the governor of Taraba State here today, and of course other ones coming through. I'm sure while you saw them, your mind went through a whole lot of things today. First off, the governor has gone through 4 years. This is another 4 years that is coming through, and I saw the way a lot of people were reacting to it. What's your take about it?
Yeah, it just shows the overwhelming support from the citizens. Its disposition, like we had always talked about, the hallmark of his administration is the peace, that people have enjoyed. Without peace, you can't go about your bridges. Without peace, you can't do a lot of things. Without peace, even the achievements in infrastructure and other areas would not be appreciated by the people, and everybody is just happy because willingly the governor is what the people want, and all I can say is that for members of the People's Democratic Party and supporters, we should just carry this victory with a lot of humility.
Now, talking about carrying the victory with a lot of humility, there were some particular areas that you want to call flashpoints. At some point, it became worrying, particularly when the governor voted as early as 8:30 in the morning on Saturday, and then he was calling to a local government, precisely Nembe. And then we also heard about scenarios that happened in Braz and some others in southern Niger. What was the take of the political party at that period?
You see, between you and I, it's just like they say that when you throw stone into a market, you never can tell who is going to touch. Considering what has happened in view of your question, we can't deny the fact that for unnecessary reasons, a supporter of the PDP was beaten to death in Brass. That's not what we should encourage. That a whole sector of a local government, Basambri, was held hostage, and people with personalities not less than 7 senior advocates of Nigeria were turned back from their communities not to vote for the sake of politics. These are not the things that should be reinforced. And talk about the other things that happen in southern Niger. For people, for officials of INEC, federal officers, to be kidnapped, held hostage, held at gunpoint to write results in favor of the other party. These are not things that we should condone. In the interest of the nation and in the interest of moving forward, okay, as I talk now, you can't say I'm trying to say it to be politically correct, okay, but we are talking about human lives. We are talking about the sanctity of our country. We are talking about the promotion of our laws. You know, we are talking about upholding rules and regulations. You get? So these are not things that should be encouraged. And I'm appealing to the federal government, the president and the presidency, to look into these issues. But I won't also stop without saying I commend the security agencies who defended democracy. Security agencies from the army, from the DSS, and others who defended democracy, and at highest level of, should I say, inducement, they refused and stood. You see, people can just go to TV because they want to be politically correct in this area.
Some updates there from Bayelsa.